Dear teachers, school wasn't made for kids like us.
Maybe not for you either.
So many kids dress, act and talk the same, but there's a handful of kids, like us, who need a little more help to achieve their potential. Autistic women are 9 times more likely to commit suicide than the average person, and autistic people in general are more likely to carry out suicide.
This means that the life expectancy of autistic people is 39. Why should we have to accept and change the way that it is for you? For us, you make it a living nightmare.
This is why schools should be funded and effectively trained on how to support students with SEN needs. People argue that autistic people all suffer with the same condition, and therefore should be treated the same.
When training is delivered on autistic children in schools, it's often delivered from a textbook.
We, and many others, are not textbooks. We all have unique needs and shouldn't be confined to the words of a book. Schools should talk to us and our parents about how best to support our needs.
Because like any other child, we cannot thrive if our needs are not met, and we are made to feel like an inconvenience.
Autism creates many challenges for us. For example, sitting in a classroom is sometimes unbearable for absolutely no reason at all. But it also creates many positives.
Many people with autism are compassionate, loving, understanding and passionate about what they believe in and what they believe is right and wrong, and achieve many remarkable things. So, try and look past our weaknesses and focus on our strengths.
For many of us, there's a lack of support due to not enough funding or not having high enough needs.
This leaves many struggling with school life in general.
Many of us end up in mainstream schools that cannot meet our needs because our needs are too low but not low enough.
Very few parents believe that their SEN children are supported in schools.
In response, people say we should be homeschooled. However, in argument to that, I believe children that are homeschooled because a mainstream setting cannot meet a child's needs removes the knowledge of reasonable adjustments.
I believe these should be made as these aids future life as it tutors children with special educational needs so that adjustments can be made
so we can live our lives equally.
Many of us suffer from over or understimulation.
From my experience, classrooms are bright and noisy even when it's quiet to you, and full of smells and uniforms are itchy. This means I get overwhelmed very quickly and I struggle to focus.
However, for others, classrooms aren't busy enough. They do not have enough stimuli for us, so they make noises and they cannot sit still.
To learn in the way that you want us to. We understand your frustration,
but it feels as though there is a lack of understanding towards ours.
Not all of us can communicate our feelings.
We are not trying to be disruptive, but it's hard to sit in a classroom, all the things that are hard for us, and take in all the information. We are learning a lot and that is overwhelming sometimes.
I promise we can learn better if you let us do our little things. I like tapping my feet or a pencil.
And I like to listen to music or have some fidget toys to play with or kick my feet.
Remember the school system wasn't made for neurodiverse in mind. In conclusion, schools aren't funded well enough nor made for diverse needs in mind. I know this because I am that child. We've lived through this already. And it destroyed us.
We need to change.
The government website states that everyone is entitled to a full-time education that meets their needs.
The way that things are means that our needs are not being met. One day, I hope this will be different.
I hope if no one listens to me, they listen to another kid who suffers in a mainstream school like I did. Love, a kid on the spectrum.